Authors, listen up, because readers have caught us out. They have caught us using Vellum software, which, as we all know, is a formatting software. So the basis of it is that readers have been accusing authors of using AI and putting it straight up in the books, but not disclosing it before they read the books, and their evidence created with Vellum. Anyone in the author industry knows that Vellum is a book formatting software. It doesn't have AI capabilities, and honestly, even its grammar checking capabilities are a little bit lacking. So I decided to go undercover and check out what this AI problem is all about, and why Vellum AI, having a name very similar to our formatting software, is a huge problem for the industry because of people using Vellum AI to write their books instead of people talking about Vellum formatting software. I'm just gonna put on my disguise real quick and get to work. All right, I am in Vellum AI on their website, ready to suss out the problem. Vellum AI. Build and ship AI products on a single collaborative platform. Vellum gives you the flexibility to define and evaluate agentic AI systems, capture real-world feedback, and continuously improve your implementation all in one place. Seems pretty sus. Seems like it's very much for writers. Purpose-built GUI and SDK for AI development. Wow, that's got nothing to do with writing books, as it turns out. AI meet test-driven development. So this is a developer app. This is for code developers. This has nothing to do with writing books. So here's the problem with going and accusing people of using AI when you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. First, people are so unable to do their own research and unwilling to do their own research that if they see something that says created with Vellum software or created with Vellum, they are immediately going to look up Vellum, find something with the word AI, and assume that's what's being used. They didn't even bother to go in and look at what Vellum AI actually is, which is a code developer software for code developers and people who are developing other AI softwares. It's not something you can write a book in. Don't get me wrong, if a book said made with pseudo-write at the beginning, yeah, that's an AI program that is used to write books, but it didn't. It said made with AI, and the people making these accusations couldn't even be asked to go and look up Vellum books or Vellum authors. And you might be thinking, Kate, why does this matter? Why does this matter for me? I don't use AI and I don't use Vellum software. I use Adobe InDesign for all of my books, the software that's been used forever. Well, guess what, Buttercup? AI has been used in Adobe's software for over a year now and has been implemented in all of Adobe's software. So now, if you say that your book was formatted using any Adobe software, you can get accused of using AI to write your books. And this goes even deeper, because now readers are online demanding authors prove that their books aren't AI. If you're an author, you might be thinking, how? How do I prove that my book isn't AI? Because if you run it through an AI detection software, those are inaccurate. Those don't make any sense. They go based on the vocabulary in a book. There's one specific word that if you use it, it's going to come back 99% AI because most people don't use that word. They're saying that M dashes, the most popular piece of punctuation that authors have used for years and has been a point of jokes between authors of you can pry M dashes out of my cold dead hands, they're claiming that those are AI now. By the way, if you're an author who's looking to actually start making money from your books, make sure to check out the courses in the description below. The thing is that actual AI models are trained off of authors' work, which means they're going to use things like M dashes and big words that might be too scary for some people to understand. When you go on a witch hunt for AI, authors that do not use it and that are staunchly against it are going to get hurt. Take this author, for example. The comments on one of her ads are saying that her cover is bad AI, but her cover actually came out long before AI was capable of creating what looked like a human face at all. And I'm not saying it made human faces with too many teeth. I'm saying this is what AI looked like when this cover was created. So as an author, what can you do to prevent people from accusing you of using AI? You can't. This madness has to stop. And honestly, I suspect that a lot of people who are getting angry and accusing others of using AI are authors who are not necessarily doing super well themselves. And I don't necessarily mean the specific people who commented in these reviews. I'm just saying that a lot of the people who claim someone is using AI are people who can't necessarily detect AI usage even in images. I've also had people commenting on my stuff about how to write books. Well, why don't you use AI for this process? Why don't you explain how to use AI for this process? And this is the exact reason. It's that readers don't want AI in their books, but there's also no way to determine if AI is being used in a book. So the best thing you can do as an author is generally to avoid it if you don't want backlash. Unfortunately, if you are an author who doesn't use AI, you still can't prove that you don't use it, because you might use a word that somebody doesn't understand and they will say, well, I didn't know this specific word before I read your book, which means that book must be AI. Or I ran your book through an AI detector, which also I should clarify means that because this person ran your book through an AI detector, your book has now been fed into the Gen AI machine because someone was trying to check if your book was AI or not. And that AI book detector came back and said, yes, this was written by AI for some arbitrary, undetectable reason. When you use AI to detect if AI was used, you are going to get yes man answers. Things like ChatGPT are yes men. They are going to agree with what you say unless you tell them otherwise. So if you say, I think this book was written by AI, let me upload this person's entire manuscript that they definitely didn't spend 6 months working on. Let me upload it so that you can use it for the future, but just because I want to know if it's AI, but I'm pretty sure it is. Then ChatGPT is going to say, you know what, you're right. I think this book was written by AI because you think it was written by AI, even if otherwise it would not have detected any other AI usage. But also, authors who use AI and don't talk about it know all of the tricks to have their books less detectable by AI. They have ways to make sure that their book doesn't get caught as being AI when they are writing and publishing these books. So when you have no evidence and you have no proof and you go and you accuse authors of using AI to write their books, you are almost exclusively hurting authors who do not use AI. If a cover is extremely obviously made by AI, then either the author is aware and discloses their AI usage, or the author hired a cover designer who is an artist or who was an artist and who claims that they create the art themselves and don't use AI, and the author believed them. There's also no way to prove that you, the author, wrote the book, because readers are now claiming that we have to show them our drafting process and record ourselves drafting our books. But think about it. If somebody was trying desperately to prove that they wrote their book and that this was not AI, then they could just record themselves writing the book, and people are going to comment and say, oh, well, you just wrote down what the AI spat at you. You're just writing it down and looking at a different screen. So if we can't screen record writing our books, if we can't show us using our free write keyboards writing our books to prove that we're not using AI, there's nothing we can do. It's a catch-22, nobody wins. So if you're a reader who wants to do something about the blatant abuse of AI in the writing industry, there's not a lot you can do, but being mad at authors is not it. It's not going to change anything. Yelling at authors who do admit to using AI isn't going to do anything, because if they admit to it, then they are ready for the backlash. If you yell at authors who don't use AI for using AI, then authors that you love are going to quit writing. Not just the author you've accused, but all authors that you love. And you're going to end up getting blocked by authors you love because they don't want that kind of accusation on their page. Unfortunately, I don't have a good solution to any of this. It's become a shit show. It's a total nightmare for everybody involved. But the only thing that I can say is stop accusing people of using AI when you know nothing about the author industry or the software that we're using. If something says created with Vellum or formatted with Vellum, keep in mind that is a formatting software that has no AI capabilities built in. If you are an author, the only thing you can do is keep going. That's the only way to beat AI. Unfortunately, AI is not going away. AI is everywhere. It's going to be used everywhere. And the only thing that you can do is keep going. Because let's be real, when it comes to this type of software, no matter how much we fight back, no matter how angry we get about it, it's going to slip through the cracks. So the only thing you can do as an author is to keep going, keep doing things your way, and keep marketing your books and make sure that your work shines through. By the way, if you're an author who's looking to actually start making money from your books, make sure to check out the courses in the description below.